sports, and entertainment. This is the Road Dog Show. Now, here's your host, Rudy Reyes.
Welcome in. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Baseball is going on everywhere, and at least at one point, we didn't think that was going to happen. Anyway, welcome back. This is Rudy Reyes on the Root Dog Show. I have a very special guest here. He is in transit, so hopefully it won't cut out after this segment here. But welcome, Jack Hartman, drafted by the Pirates. And thanks, Jack, for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I know you're on the road right now.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rudy. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, just a busy morning. I'm excited to be here, though. So,
well, I appreciate that. And obviously, when you're talking about the Pirates, when you look at the organization as a whole, you're trading one black and gold from Appalachian to a black and gold in Pittsburgh. Was it much of a color change for you? I know the colors are a little different. Uniforms are a little different. How do you feel about being drafted by the Pirates, and will this black and gold transition not only from a color standpoint from college, but into the major leagues?
yeah, no, it's I've had a lot of people bring that up to me. You look good in black and gold. Pirates is a little more true with yellow gold, so it's not the same, but it's about the same, and it was pretty cool. I have a really large wardrobe of black and gold now, so really excited to be with the Pirates though for that end of things, and excited with the direction of new ownership or new GM and Mr. Sherrington, and can't wait to keep going. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I look at the organization as a whole, I think to myself, man, they could really use you on the mound at times. And it kind of makes me wonder. Of course, I am a fan of the Pirates, but at the same token, I'm a little realistic in regards to the rotation and really where they're sitting at. You were picked in such a round, and obviously when I say such a round, it was round 4. Pirates went pretty heavy in the pitching order when it comes to what they wanted to pick, who they wanted to pick. What do you believe stood out to the Pirates organization about you that made them want to draft you?
I would think based off, what I heard going into the draft, I'm a young arm, only been pitching for 2 years, and I feel like people can really build off what I have. I've topped at 98, but my goal this season was to throw 100, and I have high spin on my fastball, curveball, and my cutter also high spin. And the crazy thing is, not a lot of people know about me is all 3 pitches this year were all new pitches for me. So I made a really big transition just going into the season with a whole new pitch mix. Last year I had a cut fastball because I just threw natural cutters in the mound when I first got out there, and a slider, and they just kind of mixed. So I feel like with my pitch repertoire and my ability to adjust and adapt in the short time I've done it, and my frame and all that good stuff, I feel like that's why they kind of picked me. So
I do as well. For those that don't know Jack Hartman, he was picked by the Pittsburgh Pirates for obviously a variety of reasons. You said you added new pitches, but to give people kind of a background, you made 10 relief appearances, you pitched 12 innings, and posted a 3 straight out ERA, 22 strikeouts, most on the team, and you led the Mountaineers tied for first in the Sun Belt with 4, ranked 4th in the Sun Belt with 6 games finished. What did that mean to you after the 2020 season, and how do you believe that these 3 new pitches are really going to help you as a part of your arsenal in order to be part of this pitching rotation for the Pirates?
Yeah, it was a big, it was really cool to just see my success in the short season we had, and it really put things in perspective of how good I can be. But going on, the reason my ERA was even, I think, a pretty good for a reliever this year, but I wanted to be lower. Who doesn't want to be a 0? My thing is just to continue to be more consistent with the new pitches and develop those more and more, because I only had about a month to really, because I found my curveball in December, as crazy as it sounds. So really just continuing to be more consistent through all those pitches, and that's what's going to allow me to continue to, advance in my career. So.
Well, an early Christmas gift then, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, no doubt.
because a year before your ERA was 4.98, but you had 26 strikeouts in 21
Hmm.
and relatively 2 innings. What was it about things you
Hmm.
knew you needed to button up in order to get to that next level for the following season?
A lot of it had to do with just being healthier on the mound. Being a new pitcher, that first year full time pitching was at App State that junior year, and I just went through a lot, and I never really felt that good on the mound. So I really had to go out there and battle with a mix. Like I said, wasn't the best mix. I mean, it was a cutter from 91 to 93, up to 96 at times, or like maybe once or twice, but it just wasn't a great mix. I wasn't throwing a lot of strikes. A lot of things were out of the zone, and being healthier and feeling better really just gave me confidence. Like, yeah, I can blow it by anybody. And even on the days I didn't feel great, I still felt like I was in better shape to go out there and continue to pound the zone and strike guys out. So,
Well, a lot of that has to do with, I mean, your dad played baseball at Arizona State, and it
mhm.
seems that athletics, cardio, it just kind of runs in your family. And when I look at a father-son relationship, when you're talking about baseball, what has your dad taught you? What did he show you? What was his wisdom to help kind of guide you further as your career went on at Appalachian State?
Yeah, he was really adamant about me being a hitter. He was a two-way in college, at least at his junior college where he started at Yavapai. And we go hit every day. He pretty much just put the thought in like, no, nobody can outwork you. He put down the groundwork for that. And that's just kind of what I've rolled with ever since I was little. I was always hitting more than all my other friends, even though I didn't work out as a hitter. It really put that mindset, that I have to continue to work even when, I don't know, when other people are having fun and I can't do that. I have to continue to work on the mound and continue to work in the weight room. And yeah, I just being around my dad and my sisters, they both played competitively in college for soccer, and really just a athletic family where I always felt like I was the bottom end. So I kind of had to work my way up. So,
Well, you're not on the bottom end anymore. Welcome to the major leagues. Your sister played soccer at
yeah.
Alabama. Hannah played at Jacksonville and part of the Elite Baseball Prime travel team, coached by JB Brotherton. Um, when I look at your game, I had a chance to watch a little bit
Yeah.
of you on the mound, and I must say I'm really impressed about a lot of things about you. One of those is your grace under pressure. What do you atone for that during runners on the corners? How are you able to discern and make those momentary judgment calls that will allow for coaches ultimately look at you so you know what, this guy's the leader on this team?
Yeah, there was a lot of work that actually got put into the fall also, just from the mental side of things. Growing as a pitcher, I feel like one of the biggest things that I need to continue to work on is the mental game. And I just touched on I just scraped the surface this year, going into it, talking with their school sports psychologist and working on how to really get myself back in the zone, working on breathing mechanisms, mental cues, just giving myself good thoughts and getting all the negatives out and working on the next pitch. That was big for me. I was really able to lock in when things started to go sideways or I was brought in a tough situation, which I could not have done last year. And I know it was a short season, but I feel like it was only going to get better and better. So,
Well, I'm pretty sure that whatever issues you're going to be facing in the major leagues, if you treat it as you're in college, probably not going to be as much of a high pressure situation. There's no reason to put any more pressure on you than it's already being given by
right. Yeah.
default because you're part of this rotation when that time comes. I want to switch gears here. I want to talk about this. Well, you kind of knew this question was coming. COVID-19 playing a huge role in Major League Baseball right now with Marlins players, Cardinals players, and a lot of these guys have no vested interest other than playing baseball. Essentially, a lot of the younger guys don't have families, don't have kids, can't really kind of put themselves into focus. And obviously, there's no way to really point fingers to find out how this transpired or who did what, when, how, and why. But when it comes to this pandemic, how concerned are you coming into the league, recognizing that this challenge is being faced not only by teams, not only Major League Baseball, but players individually. How do you ascertain being able to handle this challenge that's presented to you?
It's a good question. Yeah, I've had communication with the Pirates staff pretty consistently, whether it was a strength coach, the mental coordinator, mental strength coordinator, our pitching coordinator, or at least the one that's temporarily in place. And, it's everybody's just trying to do their best to stay healthy through all of this. A lot of people have gone through different cycles through throwing, as with their pushing, or they're just resting their arm after a long season, the prior year, just trying to take advantage of the break time they're getting. But, it's from a league perspective, I can't even imagine what they're going through. I know they're working really hard to keep guys safe and working really hard to, athletic trainers are testing guys every day. It's just a lot going through everybody that nobody even expected. And I know that's everywhere. Everybody worldwide has to deal with things they weren't expecting to happen, obviously. So it feels a little weird to see baseball going on when things are still crazy out there. But I'm glad to see baseball. I think everybody's glad to see it. I just hope they can continue and that things still, can get better. So.
Well, hopefully so. Hopefully it's not a matter of getting worse before it gets better. Jack Hartman joins me here, right-hand pitcher picked from Appalachian State by the Pittsburgh Pirates. I have him on the line right now. Jack, when I look at this truncated season, I hate using that term and it's so overly used. People want to talk about it all the time. But when I talk about truncation, and I know that clearly college games go a little bit close to that. How do you believe you're going to be a part of this rotation this year, maybe even next year? How do you feel about being able to bring your unique talents, your mental strength, as well as your athleticism to this Pirates organization, who, in my opinion, needs a lot better pitching than what's currently being had right now? Looking at Neverauskas, watching him struggle on the mound at times, and historically, outside of guys like Garrett Cole, who went on to play for the Astros and in turn now with the Yankees with this mega deal. Is this something that is of a concern to you moving forward? Has there been any conversation in regards to you being a part of the rotation sooner than later?
I can't speak on what guys did before, and I know a lot of people do different things. I'm sure everybody's giving their best effort and doing what they can to be the best they can. And a lot of things just don't turn out great for a lot of people because it's baseball. It's a lot of failure. So I can't really speak on that. But for what I expect to be a part of this organization, I guess, I'd like to be a big leaguer as soon as possible. Who doesn't want to do that, especially being a senior? I mean, I was a young senior, but I want to get in as quick as I can, move the ranks up. And, I was a bullpen guy my short 2 years of pitching. I don't know what's ahead for me, and I expect to probably be a bullpen guy in the big leagues if that's where I end up being. But I'm also open to doing whatever they need me to do to win. So, I think my repertoire plays really well, though, in today's game. I think the vertical, my vertical fastball translating with my curveball, I think everything's going to play really well. And once I hit the pro ball, just got to get on the field, So
yeah,
just kind of stuck at home throwing to a net.
Yep, basically. But, just keep your chin up, keep rolling, keep pushing, keep grinding, do what you've been doing all this time, which has clearly gotten you to this point. I'm more than confident you've been watching Pirates games and things of that nature. Have you dug into the history of the Pirates organization? Have you done some homework in regards to where and how this organization came to be? And what are your thoughts about being a Pirate?
I can't lie. I have not dug into too much of the history of the Pirates, but I just know from what I was told from my agent on draft night and everything that was going on, just a great organization from the people within, and that's what I experienced when I was up there at Pittsburgh to sign. And then, like I said, the deeper history, you can't ignore the Willie Mays and not Willie Mays, sorry, Roberto Clemente and Barry Bonds when he was there. Just the best of the best played there at some point, and I think now we're just trying to get back there. I think everybody wants to be the best, obviously, but I feel like we're in position to really make some changes with the new, like I said before, the new upper management. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Jack Hartman joins me here on the Rude Dog Show. I'm Rudy Reyes. Go to Simkovich Cranial Institute for any concussion issues you may have off or on the mound, in the field, or in the dugout. This is Rudy Reyes. Jack, one last question for you. For those that really don't know, you were all-region, all-county selection, final 2 seasons at McIntosh High School. You're from Georgia. You were coached under Dave Munoz at McIntosh High School. Give me some key takeaways that really kind of helped you play in Tallahassee and Central Florida before going on to Appalachian State.
Yeah, I didn't have, I didn't have a great experience at Tallahassee. That's why I transferred to Central Florida. And, it's not the best land today. Some key takeaways I took from Central Florida, which is one of the best programs in the country, best junior college in the country. I think developing guys, Nate Pearson just had his debut. He pitched at Central Florida, and he's a big part of why the program's so elite right now. They brought me into this world as a pitcher, and I don't know. I just cannot thank them enough for all the things they taught me in that short time. Whether it was from learning how to always make adjustments on the mound or always be athletic on the mound to having to be the best in the weight room. I was pretty skinny going in and not very strong, and I feel like after them, they really exposed me. They exposed me to a lot of guys that were way stronger than I was. So they got me kind of in that weight room cycle. And then just from a pitching standpoint, like I said, Coach Bove, who's now with the Twins, just a really innovative guy. And he took the most of what I could do that year, being a first-time pitcher that spring. And, yeah, they're just really great people and really great coaching, and can't thank them enough. So
fantastic. And for people that don't know you, they can follow you on Twitter at 109 J Hartman. Kind of interesting. What is that 109? Is that the fastest clock pitch that you made? Is that where that comes from?
Oh, yeah. I can't believe you just guessed it. That's actually what it is. Nolan Ryan hit 108 supposedly. My goal is to hit 109 one day. I got a long ways to go, but we're gonna do what we can to get there. So.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Jack,
the first person to guess that, yeah.
Well, I've been around sports a little while, and I kind of pick up on little things here and there, and 109 just kind of stuck out to me. But throw Jack Hartman a follow. He's a great guy, as you can obviously tell. Jack, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate your time, and be safe and enjoy this engagement party you're going to, and be safe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rudy, and I really appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Take care. Thanks, Jack. Love Jack Hartman. What a solid guy. Thank you so much, Jack, for coming on. I appreciate it. We'll do it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
this
right.
is great.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Take care. This is Rudy Reyes on the Rude Dog Show. Find this episode on the RudeDogShow.com.